Right, so we installed the second pump the other day. As you can see, it didn't go that well. We split a line, that went everywhere. Can't really have that on the track. So for the time being, we're just gonna go back to our single pump to not amplify the issues and the problems that we're having. We're about 100 horsepower off, 120 horsepower off where we need to be, our target for fuel only, and then the nitrous will be on top of that, but we're not gonna add that to amplify the problems we already have. So let's get it done. Let's get this other pump pulled out and get it back on the dyno and see where we're at. So we're just getting ready to make it here. Scotty's just got a bit of rail out to just sort of get a baseline of what the rail pressure is actually doing, because the last time we did this with 2 pumps, it spiked. We start out with sort of a level sort of playing field as where the rail pressure is going to be, and we've got good control over it, and then we'll build upon that. Again, that's how it is, isn't it? Yeah. So it's got a crack in the rail somewhere. We'll put another rail on. We didn't think it damaged the common rail line. What it actually bolts down to, that nut you saw broken.
Thought it just busted a nut, but
busted a rail too. All good. We'll get another one on. Go again. About our 7th session.
it's a 7th session on the dyno. Few hiccups, few issues. We sort of teased them through them. We went 2 pumps, as you would have seen. A little bit too much rail. Not quite there yet. So we just went back to a single, but we went single 3-rotor instead of the single stroker pump 2-rotor. So we know these things are good for around about that 700-800 horsepower. Learnt that from the mule.
We had to replace all of the common rail lines.
We did.
So we're going to have to check the rail before we get into things, but I'll be just happy if it controls the rail pressure.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And then work on horsepower from that point.
From that point, that's right. We just need to get a stable base. We have got an exhaust cam there as well, but we didn't want to fit that till we had a legit base around that 500, 550 horsepower.
You know, 16 to 1.
Consistency. Let's get into her anyway, see what she does. Disappointment or early there?
Oh, don't jinx it. That's a bit critical, that one. That's your boost line for a dyno, so that tells you how much boost, well, the turbo's running. Then it goes through the intercooler, back out the other side, and then we have a boost reference off the manifold that we read, so we know how much loss is between the intercooler, how efficient our intercooler is with temperatures and everything off of that as well too, so all the data. Try to get as much of it as you can, so when you have a loss, whether it's the turbo or your cams or anything like that, you can tell. Right, so gave it a run then, lifted a little bit more rail pressure into it. We're still 100 horsepower off where we want to be on fuel only with that turbo, so we're going to take some timing out of it just to see whether or not there's a small improvement by just taking a little bit of fuel away from the start at top dead center, and if we need to put it back in, we can anyway. So That way we're not stretching things out too far. We're happy with the fuel control that we have, and we're just gonna see what kind of base we're gonna get with just making the air a little bit more denser, because we haven't added any ice to the watered area in the cooler yet. That's just been straight room temperature water. Gives us a medium sort of baseline no matter what kind of temperature the day is sort of at. We may even take a little bit more fuel out because we just took a little bit more timing out. It did make more power, so there's obviously way too much fuel in there. As far as exhaust gas temperatures, I'm a little bit worried about. You know, we had flames out the other day. So we probably don't need that much timing in it. We're gonna rip some of that out, hoping around the 18 to 1s or lighter. Once we get that, once we achieve that, then we may even put the cam in and just see whether the exhaust cam helps at this kind of level. A lot of people use them, some people don't. So we're on standard cams making that power on fuel only is 519. So yeah, go from there. That was a chilled intercooler run versus non, so room temperature water versus ice water, close to 50 horsepower in it, so BWR on their thing, know what they're doing. So what we're going to do now is just to get a baseline run with the nitrous, with the fuel where it's at right now. There's a lot more on offer that we could tip more fuel in, but I don't think it's worth it with the standard cam in there. It'll be interesting to see standard cam versus aftermarket exhaust cam. We'll do that.
Just because the motor's been in and out a few times, we always check whether the big shot and the little shot are around the right way. So this is the big one. It's only 150 shot.
It's only a baby shot, but we'll see what it does.
It is direct port though, so that makes a big difference. It does help a lot, rather than just putting it in the vent up here.
Frankie Mill's only just gone to it, so we'll give it a hit. Well, more power, no turbo. Nice. Hey, little fella. Damn! She was just like, Zew. We've had eaten up rails, so 4 rails that are stuffed, turbo now, pump, down a pump. But the motor's still hanging in there. All right, broken again.
Disappointment.
That's okay. We got a new turbo on the way.
We do.
Intense.
Intense boys, they're shooting us a new turbo, so thanks for that, mate. Appreciate it.
Catch us next week.
Yeah.
We're going to put the exhaust cam in. We're going to get Frankie Mule started up on a new turbo setup.
It's also getting the PWR water to air intercooler set up as well as plumbing it into the plenum, that's a pretty cool job.
plenum.
So
Yep.
hopefully first start up on that one, and back to punching out the numbers that we need out of this one.
But if you don't like and subscribe up here,
You're probably going to miss it.
you're going to miss it.
So Damon, make it easy for them to like and subscribe.
Catch us next week.